Melchizedek's hand trembled. He initiated the call. "It's come, my love," he said, voice heavy. "The Mecca."
Asherah's face, etched with concern, filled the screen. The rumors? They are true?
"I must leave within the hour. They need me on the Elohim."
Go, protect us. Protect what we built.
"I will return," he vowed, the words of prayer. "I promise you this."
Asherah smiled, a flicker of sadness in her eyes. Fight, Melchizedek. For all of us.
He saw the fear in her eyes, a flicker behind the resolute facade. It was a fear that mirrored his own, a silent acknowledgement of the storm that was brewing on the horizon. He knew that she was trying to be strong for him, to be the pillar that he could lean on, but in that brief moment, he saw the vulnerability that she tried so hard to hide. It was a reminder that they were both human, both susceptible to the same fears and doubts. Yet, it was also a testament to her strength, that she could feel such fear and still stand tall, still offer him a comforting smile. He yearned to reach through the screen, to hold her, to shield her from the coming storm. The distance between them felt like an insurmountable chasm, a void that he could not cross. He wanted to be there with her, to offer her the same strength that she offered him, but all he could do was watch, his hand pressed against the cold, unyielding surface of the screen. It was a cruel reminder of the reality they faced. A reality where they could not be together, where they had to face their fears alone. Yet even in this separation he felt a connection, a bond that transcended the physical distance. It was a bond forged in love, a love that gave him the strength to face the challenges ahead.
Our love is our shield, Asherah said, her voice soft. It was a simple statement, but it carried a weight of truth that resonated deep within him. Their love was not just an emotion, it was a force, a shield that protected them from the harsh realities of the world. It was a source of strength that they could draw upon, a beacon of hope in the darkest of times. Asherah's words were a reminder of this, a reminder that no matter what happened, they would always have each other. It was a promise, a vow that they had made to each other, a vow that they would never break. It will protect us, even across the void. Her words painted a picture of a cosmic shield, a protective light that surrounded them, even when they were apart. It was a comforting thought, a thought that gave him the strength to face the challenges ahead. He could almost see it, a shimmering barrier that kept the darkness at bay, a barrier that was powered by their love. It was a beautiful image, one that filled him with a sense of peace and reassurance. He knew that as long as they had each other, they could face anything, overcome any obstacle.
Her words were a balm on his soul. They soothed the turmoil within him, calmed the storm that raged in his heart. It was as if her voice had a magical quality, a quality that could heal and comfort. He felt a sense of calm wash over him, a calm that gave him the clarity to see the path ahead. Her words were not just words, they were a lifeline that he clung to in the midst of the chaos. They gave him the strength to keep going, to keep fighting, to keep believing in their love. Asherah, his rock, his confidant, his love. She was the one constant in his life, the one person he could always rely on. She was his anchor, the one who kept him grounded, the one who gave him the strength to face the challenges ahead. Their love was a beacon, a guiding light that led him through the darkest of times. It was a love that had been tested and had endured, a love that had grown stronger with each passing day. She was his everything, and he knew that as long as he had her, he could face anything. She knew him better than he knew himself. It was a deep, intimate understanding that went beyond words, beyond actions. It was a connection that was forged in the fires of their shared experiences, a connection that was unbreakable. She could see through his facade, see the fears and doubts that he tried to hide. But she never judged him, never made him feel weak. Instead, she offered him her strength, her love, her unwavering support. It was a gift that he cherished more than anything else in the world.
He nodded, drinking in her strength. It was a silent acknowledgement of the bond they shared, a bond that gave him the strength to face the challenges ahead. He could feel her strength flowing into him, filling him with a sense of determination and resolve. It was a powerful feeling, a feeling that gave him the courage to keep going, to keep fighting. He knew that as long as he had her, he could face anything. It was a comforting thought, a thought that gave him the strength to face the challenges ahead. "I love you," he breathed, each word heavy with unspoken fear and hope. It was a simple statement, but it carried a weight of emotion that was almost overwhelming. It was a declaration of his love, a love that was deep and unwavering. But it was also a plea for her to stay strong, to keep believing in their love. It was a moment of vulnerability, a moment where he laid bare his soul, but it was also a moment of strength, a moment where he drew upon the love they shared to face the challenges ahead.
"And you," Ashera replied, her voice unwavering. "Go!" Her words were a command that was filled with love and determination. It was a reminder that they were in this together, that they would face the challenges ahead as one. Her voice was steady, unwavering, a testament to her strength and resolve. It was a voice that he had come to rely on, a voice that gave him the strength to keep going. Her words were a beacon, a guiding light that led him through the darkest of times. They were a reminder of the love they shared, a love that would see them through anything. May the Creator guide your hand. It was a blessing, a prayer for protection and guidance. It was a reminder that they were not alone, that they had the support of the ascended ones who had come before them. It was a comforting thought, a thought that gave him the strength to face the challenges ahead. He knew that as long as he had her, and the support of their ancestors, he could face anything. It was a powerful feeling, a feeling that gave him the courage to keep going, to keep fighting, to keep believing in their love.
A chirping sound echoed through the room, a small but significant reminder of the world they lived in. The device, sleek and advanced, was a symbol of the progress they had made, yet it also carried the weight of their current struggles. Elias's face, a mirror of his own, filled the screen. His eyes, wide with innocence and curiosity, seemed to search for answers that Melkizadek wasn't sure he could provide. The bond between them was palpable, a connection that transcended the physical distance.
"Father!" Elias's voice was soft, almost hesitant, as if he feared the answer he might receive. The uncertainty in his tone tugged at Melkizadek's heart, making the weight of his responsibilities even heavier.
"My son," Melkizadek said, forcing a smile. He wanted to project strength and confidence, but the reality of their situation made it difficult. The smile felt like a mask, hiding the turmoil within. "Be strong for your mother." His words were meant to be a source of comfort, a beacon of hope in these uncertain times. He needed Elias to be brave, not just for himself, but for the family that depended on him.
Mira, her eyes bright with worry, crowded next to her brother. She was younger, but her concern was just as deep. The siblings clung to each other, finding solace in their shared fear and hope.
"When will you be back, Father?" Mira's voice was filled with a mix of hope and dread. She needed reassurance, a promise that everything would be all right.
"Soon, little one," he lied, hating the deception. The truth was too harsh, too uncertain. He couldn't bear to see the light in their eyes dim with the reality of their situation. "I'll bring you both gifts from the stars." It was a promise he hoped to keep, a dream that gave them something to hold on to. The stars represented endless possibilities, a future that was still within their grasp.
He saw the fear in their eyes, a reflection of his own doubts and fears. The weight of their expectations was heavy, but it also gave him strength. He couldn't afford to fail them. The reflection of the galaxy's anxiety was clear in their eyes. The vastness of space, with all its unknowns, mirrored the uncertainty of their future. Yet, within that vastness there was also hope. They were counting on him. Their hope was a fragile thing, but it was also powerful. It was the force that drove him, the reason he couldn't give up. He would not fail them. With a deep breath, he steeled himself for the challenges ahead. The future was uncertain, but his resolve was unwavering. For his family, for their hope, he would succeed. The transport ship hummed around him, a metal cocoon carrying him towards destiny. The hum was a constant reminder of the advanced technology that surrounded him, a marvel of human ingenuity and celestial collaboration. As the ship cut through the vast expanse of space, Melkizadek felt a mixture of anticipation and dread. This journey was not just a mission. It was a pilgrimage to the heart of the storm that threatened their very existence. Melkizadek watched the cityscape shrink below, the weight of billions on his shoulders. The majestic city with its sky havens, skyscrapers and bustling pedestrian malls was the ultimate to what humanity had achieved. Yet it was also a stark reminder of what was at stake. Every life, every dream, every hope rested on the success of this mission. The city, now a distant speck, seemed to whisper its silent prayers to him. He closed his eyes, Ashera's parting words echoing in his mind. "Protect what we built," she had said, her voice filled with a mix of hope and fear. Ashera, the brilliant scientist and his closest confidant, had always believed in him. Her words were not just a command, they were a plea, a desperate cry to safeguard the future they had worked so hard to create.
Protect what we built. The phrase resonated deeply within him, a mantra that fueled his resolve. He knew the challenges ahead were immense, but he also knew that failure was not an option. The lives of countless beings depended on their success. Every preparation, every strategy, every sacrifice had led to this moment.
The Starforge Elohim loomed, a spear point against the void. This colossal vessel was more than just a warship. It was a symbol of their defiance against the encroaching darkness. Its massive frame, adorned with intricate designs and advanced weaponry, stood as the rock of hope and strength. The Starforge was the forward line of defense, the bulwark that would either hold the line or force planetary defenses to bear the weight of the impending storm. It bristled with weapons, an embodiment of the Confederation's might. Each turret, each cannon, each missile launcher was proof to their readiness to defend their home. The engineers and scientists had poured their hearts and souls into creating this fortress, ensuring it was equipped with the most advanced technology available. The Starforge was not just a defensive structure, it was a declaration of their unwavering determination to protect their way of life. He boarded, the air thick with tension. Every step he took echoed through the metallic corridors, a reminder of the gravity of their mission. The crew members he passed wore expressions of grim determination, their eyes reflecting the same resolve that burned within him. They were all in this together, united by a common purpose and a shared destiny. Every corridor buzzed with activity, soldiers and crew racing to their stations. The ship was a hive of organized chaos, each person performing their duties with precision and urgency. The air was filled with the sounds of commands being issued, equipment being checked, and the hum of the ship's engines. It was a symphony of preparation, a prelude to the battle that awaited them, the calm before the storm. In these final moments of quiet, Melkizadek took a deep breath, steeling himself, and then made an entry into his personal log about his visit to the Oracle of Jebus. The vastness of space stretched out before him, a silent witness to the unfolding drama. The storm was coming, and with it, the ultimate test of their courage and resolve. But for now, there was a brief, fleeting peace, a moment to gather strength and prepare for the battle that would determine the fate of humanity.
This was no border skirmish, this was an existential threat. The briefing was grim. The Mecha, a tide of destruction, were closer than anticipated, their numbers endless, echoes of war. The bridge was a symphony of controlled chaos. Holographic displays flared, technicians barked commands, officers conferred in hushed tones. A message is received on his comm. Commander Melkizadek, it's Admiral Jericho. You're needed in your ready room. A quantum pulse message has been received from the halcyon threshold of the galaxy. The Mecha is here. They are relentless, driven by the malignant one. I don't know what awaits us, but I will fight. For Ashera, for our children, for the Confederation. Having received the coordinates of the meeting point, the Elohim got underway to meet the fleet. Further intelligence received from the quantum pulse has now been analyzed. By the ancestors, it was a fleet. It was a swarm, an endless sea of warships stretching as far as the sensors could see. This was more than a war. This was annihilation. Further intelligence reveals the Mecha ships were unlike anything we had encountered before. Circular, metal structures bristling with weapons, pulsating with an eerie internal light. They moved with chilling purpose, each vessel a predator in a sea of stars. This was the heart of the enemy, the source of their power, and at its core lay the malignant one. There is a key to victory. We must find it, or face our doom. In self-thought I prayed, "O Creator, please give me strength and wisdom before the battle begins." and in the heart of the maelstrom, aboard the Starforge Elohim, I stand ready to face my destiny. The fate of the galaxy hung in the balance.